Haunted attractions have become a very popular industry starting in the 21st century. It is a mix of performing arts acting, visual settings, and some forms of psychiatric therapy. They provide stimulants to the minds of those who seek challenges in an immersive blend of fantasy and reality. In a way, it's kind of like virtual reality video games with minimal risk of harm of any form. The highlights of these so-called theme parks come from those who provide social interactivity with patrons to an extent as to not be too invasive, depending on whether or not the patrons can handle the mental strain and tension. However, there are certain aspects that one should be considered when creating an immersive experience for those that wish to put their confidence to the test. Number 1. No offensive content. This one may be tricky to get around because it all depends on who gets offended by unexpected triggers. To be clear on this issue, it should not be very appropriate for even obvious reasons that things cannot get too political. There should not be anything ethnicist, faithist, or anti-queer due to the fact that these types of issues are touchy subjects to even consider bringing up in any situation. You don't want any complaints about how certain demographics are portrayed by whomever came up with certain ideas that are published to be made public for anyone and everyone to take in through their senses. Number 2. No victim acting. This one should be a no-brainer because no one can tell if they are pranks unbeknownst to others or serious situations where crimes can occur. If you don't believe me, watch Hellfest and Scream Park. These two movies are very similar to each other in that the main subject matter content is what can be determined as part of a visual act or an exploited loophole for someone with serious criminal intentions to commit a crime involving physical harm depending on how extreme it is. And last but not least, number 3, no chainsaws. Power tools of any type should not be considered when scaring people. Spending fuel to scare people like out of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise is what I believe to be a waste because whoever operates the chainsaw has to deal with fumes given off, which is somewhat poisonous to the air that people breathe. Not only that, power tool noises are very disturbing to hear if they are used as somewhat of an approaching warning siren to prevent other sounds from being heard that constitutes as a stalking menace with criminal intentions of mental torture or even serious panic attacks should direct physical contact ever occur, like from the Saw movies. So basically what I'm trying to get at is make haunted attractions kind of like a living nightmare simulation scape. It should look and sound like something out of a bad dream, but knowing that no serious harm occurs. To whomever are brave enough for the mental exercise, this is just a test of confidence. And this is why I believe that Halloween should be the primary holiday. It beats out Christmas in every way possible when it comes to preferred visual style and performing arts acting. You don't get psychiatric therapy for the Christmas holiday unless you have gone through a Christmas-themed horror movie-like experience. You have to be good for Santa Claus and he will give you what you want for Christmas. But it never works nowadays because Santa Claus has reached his limits on the money he needs to pay for the things you want. He has more debt than you have for education expenses. It just goes to show that even after Halloween, the nightmare never seems to go away. And with the rapidly increasing popularity of the cosplay industry, that is somewhat based on Halloween that can occur at any time, certain times are changing, and there does not seem to be anything we can do about it to reject those changes.